All right, good morning, everybody. Hopefully, you guys had a good weekend. All right, we're going to start by looking at APGN here. It's looking pretty range bound, but pretty nice range, I guess. We're going from $1.32 there to about 216 at the top. We're back down to this $1.40 area, so we're getting pretty close to that bottom here. It looks pretty decent for maybe potentially a play. We'd like to see a recovery pretty quickly on open. CNTX is also going again today. We're going from 78 cents here to a high of $1.42. So we've got a really good range on this. It was looking pretty range bound, but you know what? It is slightly trending higher, which is good to see. We have Sun running today, going from $1.24 to about 214 here. So again, we got a pretty good range. It's still looking pretty range bound. A lot of today's looking really range bound. But again, you know what, we're seeing above that 200, which is important. We have CVAC here, kind of out of my price range. We're going from 861 there to 1080. So we've got a good range on it, but the actual price itself is around $10. I'm not really a big fan of this area. We'd be looking for like a whole dollar move on something like this to get the kind of profit that we're looking for out of it. So I mean, it might happen. We'll have to see how volatile it is on open, but I doubt we'll be playing that. We've got SPRB here kind of running as well, going from 216 here to 305. So we've got a good range. Again, looking pretty decent. This one's not quite so range bound. It has been recently, but we did see quite the move here not long ago. So hopefully that translates into a nice market open. We have AMYT here. Of course, this looks like a buyout or an offering, so we probably won't end up playing this. It's also around that $14, $15 range, so we'll just let that one be. Going back, APGN looks like it might recover here still. CNTX heading down a little bit. This could be an opportunity to get in. Sun looking okay so far. CVAC down to the bottom of the range here. SPRB doing the same thing, bottom of the range, bottom of the band. 266 could be an area to buy in, but we want to wait and see if that holds. So far, so good. I'll move SPRB up. CNTX is looking okay as well. So far, hasn't dropped past that low. APGN does look like it wants to climb, so we're going to give APGN a try here. We're going to go from $1.50 somewhere to $1.65, $1.75, something like that, with a $1.45 stop. So we're only going to give it about 5 cents. $1.45 puts you at the bottom of the range. So if you got $1.50 there, that's where you're going to have your stop. If you got in higher, you're going to move it up a little bit. Forgot to set up my ledger here. There we go. Okay. So far, so good. 157. I'm going to be looking to take a little bit of profit here. I got in a little bit late, but not too late here. Taking some profit. APGN 157-ish. Just to secure some, just because I've hit that 1-to-1 ratio at that point. And then we'll get stopped out pretty much immediately after that. So we could look at a re-entry here. That was a harsh rejection there at 157. So it looks as if maybe we could see this continue its breakdown. So we're going to give it a minute. I want to see if it breaks lower here. If it doesn't, maybe we jump back in. SPRB also looking pretty decent, so we could look for an entry on SPRB as well. We're going to be looking for maybe the bottom of the body here, 270-ish. About 270, going to go for, I'd like to say $3. It might be like 290, and then we're going to go for probably a 260 stop loss. Just give it the full 10 cents. It would have to break a new low then. So we did see a nasty dip down to 262 before. SPRB. We're up at 277 currently, so we're looking for that 1-to-1 ratio at first. So if you got in at 270 or 271, something like that, you're going to be looking at 280 here for first PT. Taking some profit. SPRB 280. Okay, 286, I guess. We're up, we shot up there pretty high. It looks like we're getting hit with a lot of volatility right off the bat, so you got to be moving quick. So, wow, yeah, lots of volatility. That's twice now we've taken profits and then gotten stopped down the rest. That was quite the drop down to 250. Look at that. That was some volatility right there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and jump right back in at SPRB near the bottom here around 255 would probably be the highest I'd want to get in on this. I mean, maybe you could push it a little higher if you want to. Again, I'm going to go for about 280 maybe. 280 seems to be like the hard stop area around there. And then we're going to go for maybe 245. So we're looking for that 10 cents, right? 10-cent stop. 245, of course, I pick right on a line here. So we're just going to do that. And let's move it up as close as we can. 245 is going to be the area for a stop. We're up at 260 already. You couldn't even type fast enough for that one? Yeah, no kidding, eh? Yep, that one and APGN was quite the lightning fast trades there. This one's down pretty good. I don't think we're going to be touching this one. I think it's going to be getting close to breaking a new low. So we'll see if it bounces off 131 here. If it can't bounce, we'll likely just leave it alone. SPRB is down to that 256 area, almost 255 on SPRB. You could get in here. You could wait a little bit longer, see if you can push it a little bit more. 252. I'm going to jump in here. I'm a little impatient. I think it could even come down further, but you know what? 252 is not bad. I can move this down to 242 then. Lulu. Baba's fading. Yeah, no kidding. CNTX is also hitting support here, 106. This is not a bad place to maybe start a position on this. So CNTX, 106. We could probably try to push this to 130. And then just a $1 stop. So I know that's like a fairly large stop. I kind of wanted to get it right below this 200 though. So I mean, if you could get 105 or better, that would be in your best interest. Did anyone take AMZ Amazon? I did not. Sun's not looking too good here. CVAC also, you know what? CVAC did have a nice run there from $9 to 1030, but well, you know, 990 to 1030. So the range on it's, again, like we said, not great, and AMYT's not doing anything, so we could just close that down. But we do have other things we could look at here shortly. So we're down to that 250 area on SPRB. We're hoping for that bounce on the 200. APGN looks like it might bounce here. CNTX bouncing off that 106, 105 area. So 105 is that area we were talking about that, you know, that's probably more where you want to be. You might even get lucky. It could drop all the way down to the 200. If it does that, that could be probably an even better entry because then you can give this a little bit more room. We're 104 here. 103. I'm going to take that 103 right now. So with that, you could drop this down maybe 1 or 2 cents. You could go down to 108 if you really want. 107, I don't think that's needed. I think 108 should be fine. So, I mean, 102 right there. So, again, if I was patient enough, I probably could have waited for that. We'll see if it bounces here. SPRB is slowly breaking down here, but we might see that bounce. We've seen so much volatility. I wouldn't be surprised to see us stop us out pretty quickly, though. We're getting a little bit too close for my liking. But CNTX is in the same boat as well. APGN not doing a whole lot. Sun's not doing much. CVAC coming back down. Don't really like CVAC. We're going to look at DCT instead. Yeah, that's not any better. I'm reluctant to look at BBBY. Yeah, $2.14 to $1.50 at the bottom here. We're at $1.65 to $1.60 range. We'd be looking at $1.55 entry if anything, but this is more just, we'd be looking at bigger dead cat bounces at that point. SPRB stop out, yeah. Yeah, just stopped us out. That's sort of lame, but you know what, to be expected. We'll see if this looks any good on the 5-minute here. Not yet. So we'll wait this out for a little bit and we'll see if it can bounce off something. I don't know if it'll bounce off the support area. It's not really much of a support area, so we're more likely to look at this at the 5-minute scale and looking for a 200 bounce on that. So we'd be looking at 230 or around 230, right? So we'll see if that happens. We're up to 107, 108 here on CNTX, so it's not looking too bad. We could take some profit there. That's 5-cent profit. That's 1-to-1. CNTX 108. SPRB, yeah, it looks like that's going to continue its breakdown. APGN, I'm not really sure what's going on with that. It does so far look like it bounced off that low here. We're very, very close to that low. Sun's not doing anything. CNTX still looking okay, and BBBY is looking like it should be starting to head down a little bit here. I'm not, yeah, like I said, I'm not really a big fan of this company. We know this is a company that's going under, so yeah, it's just not really what I look for. We got Paya we could take a look at, PAYA. NBOS we could take a look at, sure. Yeah, that one's looking pretty decent. Let's see here. Bottom is 15 cents. Top here is 33 cents. We're currently at 27. So this is quite the drop, but you know what? I do like this. So maybe we look at a VWAP bounce on this one. And we could possibly get in around that 24, 25 cent area. NVOS 0.24, gonna go for 0.30 with a 0.23 stop. So we really can't afford to give it more than the 1 cent. If you have to get it at 0.25, that'd be okay. 0.26 I think is too high though. So BBBY jumping up, CNTX at 109, 110 here. So if you haven't taken profits yet, now's a good time. Even if you have taken profits, I mean securing a little bit more here wouldn't hurt. Taking some more profit. CNTX 112-ish. Look at that sharp drop again. Seeing a lot of that. SPRB 248 here. Okay. APGN does look like it's quite a healthy bounce there, all the way up to the 200 before it got rejected off. Pretty harsh rejection. I'm not really sure what to do with that, so I'm going to leave it be for now. NVOS still holding 26 cents. CNTX down to that $1 area, so we're getting very low on this. I'm pretty happy that I took some extra profits on it because it's currently stopping us out. Man, this is crazy. All these knives out of nowhere. So it's definitely a good day to be taking profits early. We got APG in here at 162 breaking through the 200. Was waiting for 114. Yeah, it's not a day to be waiting, that's for sure. NVOS hitting 25 cents here. We saw it at a low, just touching the bottom of 25 cents. So you may have gotten in there. Could be waiting for 24 cents. In any case, this is going to be the area we're looking at for a bounce. We kept tapping it without momentum. Yeah, exactly. It like you get like a brief moment of weakness and then it's just gone. APGN, I think it's too high for me to touch right now. It is showing strength now, which is good, but I do want to see this back down to maybe 152. CNTX is another. It's kind of interesting at this level. I'd like to see this maybe start to move up a little bit and we could jump back in. Because we have hit, an area of support. It looks like it's holding so far. Sun's not doing anything. BBBY is starting to take off a little bit here as well. NVOS, nice bounce off that 25 cent area up to 26 cents. We could look at taking some profit here. Profit. NVOS 0.26. 0.26. Okay. Thoughts on SPRB? Oh man. Well, on the 1 minute, this looks like it's hit support and it's moving up. But this area that I drew support, I was pretty skeptical about drawing it in the first place. I just wanted some sort of level down here that kind of made sense. To me, it would make more sense having some sort of support resistance line here as well. So we could be seeing resistance here. And, this line, you could probably move down just a tad bit more. But it does make sense where it was right there at 264. So on the 1 minute, I'm still kind of iffy. We're still seeing a lot of selling pressure on these wicks. On the 5 minute, it could be reversing. Again, though, I still would rather this come down to that 230 area. I just don't know if it will. I'm a little iffy on touching it. And then we have APGN running up into a halt out of nowhere. That's interesting. SPRB, yeah. Yeah, I don't know yet. We are holding on CNTX here as well. NVOS back down 25 cents. We saw that hit 23.80 there. So maybe you got a good entry there around 24 cents. Maybe you stopped out. I'm not really sure. It looks like it's moving back up now. So if you did stop out, maybe you look for a re-entry. On NVOS, yeah, I think this still looks good. The volatility kind of scares me, right? That was from 26 cents to 20. Just tapped 23, so 3 cent range there is pretty huge on the 25 cent stock, but I think it's worth the risk, right? It's still big, yeah. It's a big drop, but if you could get this bottom 25, maybe somewhere in the 24, that would be great. I'd be looking to get back in. CNTX does look like it wants to move up. I think I'm gonna try another CNTX trade. So 0.95, gonna go for 115, and then a point, maybe 0.92. We just want to break into a new low if we're gonna cut, right? So 0.92 makes sense. Close enough. CNTX. Okay. Almost hitting 0.95 there. There's 0.95. Could be waiting even a little longer if you want. Maybe you get bottom 0.95, maybe even 0.94, but 0.95 is the area we're kind of looking at. I still think, yeah. If you're in at 26, well, yeah. Yeah, that's the problem, right, with NVOS, and that's the problem with playing these stocks at 25 cents is that it's so easy to make money, but it's also so easy to lose money on something like this, right? Because you only need 1 cent in either direction to really make or break the trade. So now we're down to 23 cents, and we've broken a new low. So, I mean, if you'd gotten it at 26, out at 25 was a smart idea, and being here, down here, you know, you might be thinking to get in again, and it could be a good quick recovery play, but it also could, you know, be pretty fatal because we did break into a new low here. And there's not really, I mean, there's a little bit of support in that area. Yeah, it's a tough call on that one. Sun's starting to finally move here. APGN halted at 642 at 644, so we've got 3 minutes left on that. CNTX, yeah, kind of moving up, not really, not a whole lot yet. I'm still trying to... You like APGN so far? Are you in APGN? That would be fantastic if you were. NVOS here. Yeah, you know what? I still think I want to try another trade on this. I still think it's got potential to move back up. I'm going to do it. 0.24, 0.26 at least, and then a 0.23 stop. Unless you can get in at 0.23 and then move your stop down to 0.22, and you could be really lucky with that, but... Entry would be great. And you might get 0.23 here, right there, 0.23. And boss. 0.23. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. No, I'm hotkeying in. The spread's not bad. Now for a stop, I mean, depending where you want, you could go all the way down to the bottom of the bottom of 0.22, right? So if you got in 0.23 anywhere, this is still a risky trade, but I think it's probably worth it. So depending on where you jump in, I mean, if you jump in here, you could be looking at, you know, maybe a decent win, or if you already got in, you could be sweating a little bit right now. We'll come back to that though. I kind of want to look at CNTX here in a second. This is how mine looks. I can't decide exactly what entry. You can't mark it without bad fill still? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So basically with the entry, you basically want just, you know, you can limit buy with it, and that would probably be the easiest way to do it. Market buy on something this cheap can kind of mess up your plans, because if you get in at, you know, you're looking at 23 for an entry and you're pretty close to the top of 23, you'll probably get filled around 24. And that can kind of mess up where you want to put your stop, right? Because it's so tight. APGN's open. We could look at getting in for entry here. I'm going to do it. $1.90. We're going to go for $2.40 and then a $1.80 stop. We'll go for a $1.83 stop. Had to jump in before I put out the alert there. $1.83 stop. As far as NVOS goes, I still think it's looking good. Let's spin the 5 minute here. Now, 5 minute, we're pretty far away from that 200 as well. CNTX still bouncing around like a cent or two. They have SPRB. We've got some bullish pressure down here, keeping it around this 240 level, and that kind of makes me feel a little bit better maybe about jumping back in on this because we've held so long here now. So I think I'm going to take another chance on SPRB. Going to go for like a 245 entry. We're going to go for probably at least I want to get 270 out of it. That would be fantastic anyway. And then maybe just a 240 stop. Where's 240 on this? That's probably too tight. Maybe 238. That makes me feel a little bit better having a 238 stop. You might even be able to give it more room if you wait for, yeah, we're down below 245 right now. So that's even better. So SPRB. So if you got in 243, 242, something like that, you can move this down to 230, 236, 235 if you really want to. CNTX here is going to be stopping us out. .92 from 0.95. I probably could have given that more room, but honestly at this point it doesn't look like it would have made much sense anyway. SPRB, if you're still waiting for that entry, you might even get lower. APGNs all over the place. We saw that hit 208 there, so I mean not a bad place to take some profits. APGN 208-ish. Yeah, somewhere around there. We've had lots of opportunity on APGN to take profit. As far as NVOS goes, we're down at the bottom of 22 cents here, 21 cents. It looks like it wants to bounce off the 200 EMA here, so this could be a potential opportunity. I was kind of iffy about it up here. We have at least some sort of support here. What are we looking at for resistance? Maybe we should figure out that. So I think we're going to run into a little bit of resistance around here somewhere. Might even move that up a little bit. We've probably got a little bit of support in this area. We could be looking at something like that. Sometimes it's easier to look at this stuff from the 5-minute scale and reorganize. Yeah, that one looks fine. Yeah, that looks pretty decent. Okay. Yeah, we could be looking at a 21.5 entry. APGN flies, yeah. So we're like way up on APGN. It's halted again now though, so we're gonna have to wait to take some profits on that. CNTX still not really holding. And then we've got SPRB here just stopping us out again. Not fun. So that is a 236 stop. As far as NVOS goes, yeah, you know what? It's still breaking down from that 200, so honestly, don't even think I want to be trying for that. Not yet, anyways. Sun not really going anywhere. CNTX not doing much. SPRB breaking into a new low. That's not what we want to see at all. But on the side note here, we did hit that 230 zone on the 5-minute scale, so this could be a good opportunity. I'm kind of running out of hope on SPRB, though. You know what? I'm going to give it one more shot because I've said I wanted to wait for this moment. So we waited and here it is. So, I mean, I'd like 225. If you got to get a 230, that's fine too. I'd like to see a pretty full recovery off this. Maybe not quite to the high, but you know what? 270 is where I'd like to see this anyway. And then, you know, we're probably going to give this a 220 stop. So, I mean, if you got in 230, it might still be worth it to give it a 220 stop because that's below the final support area. But that's going to be a pretty big stop out. So up to you what you want to do with that stop. I mean, you could go for just a 5-cent stop if you got in at 230. Go for a 225 stop, but we've seen that range already. So maybe something lower than 225, even if it's just 224. What's NVOS doing? NVOS is currently hitting 20 cents now, looking like it's going to bounce. Where are we on this range here? We're pretty low on it. I still think that this is going to have a pretty amazing recovery too. It's just a matter of finding the spot. It's super hard on a stock like this because it's so cheap that, you know, any margin of error and you'll just get stopped out. TMPO. You got in at 20? Okay. I think that's not a terrible spot. I mean, you're already in profit. I mean, if you hit 22, you're pretty decent in profit. What was that TMPO? Yeah, you know what? I'm not really a huge fan of that price action. Kron. Nope. VY, GR. I've looked at all this stuff pre-market and I didn't like it. You know what? I still don't like this kind of stuff, so I'm okay with that. GHSI, I haven't looked at. No, I don't like that. Lizzie. Haven't seen that stock in a while, but nope. APGN halted at 650. At 653, we should have 2 minutes left on that. SPRB, on the 5-minute scale still looks pretty decent. We see a small recovery here on the 1-minute scale going from 227 all the way up to 233. So we're doing okay on that. Sun, not really doing anything. BBBY looks like it's going to try to break out again. Ostensibly, this company is still a thing. You'd think that something like Amazon would have totally wiped out Bed Bath & Beyond. NVOS here is still looking okay. Yeah, we could try for a 0.20 entry on it. I do kind of agree that's a good spot. 0.20. 0.20. I want to kind of hit a big number on this, like 0.25. And then a 0.19 stop. I wish I could give this 2 cents of room, but 2 cents of room would be a lot. If we're in at 0.20 and we hit 0.19, we're looking at what there, 5% already. Yeah, we can't afford more than 1 cent. That would be nuts. We'd be looking at a 10% stop there. So, I mean, that's kind of the range you're looking at. Hey, man, how's it going? All right, let's see here, 21 cents. SPRB continues its drop. It's just not doing what we want it to do. So far, anyway. You're back almost down to that 225 area, though. So, again, not terrible. So we're unhalted. You could go ahead and take some profits anywhere here. More profits. APGN. 230-ish. Anywhere around there would be fantastic. Okay. It's still looking pretty, wow, that was a nasty drop out of nowhere. That was some volatility. That just went from like 212 all the way down to $1.80. Didn't stop me out. Still holding on to that small remainder. SPRB dropping to stop. All right, so you know what? I think this is our cue to stop touching SPRB. CNTX not doing anything. Sun, yeah, still not doing anything. BBBY is not doing much. We're at the bottom of 20 cents here, so maybe you're looking to get in here, or maybe when it touches 0.19, that could be that right here is a good spot. So I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I jump in on this. And we're only looking for, we don't need a whole lot in terms of profit. So, I mean, we're at 19, so you could put this down as far as all the way to the bottom of 18 if you really want to, but anywhere on the 18 scale is going to be okay, I think. Back up to 20 here, so, I mean, mid-20s to 21 would be great. So, anywhere to here is going to be looking where we want to take some profit on this. Hopefully, anyway. Lizzie's not doing anything. APGN all over the place right now. Still lots of volatility, which is cool. We might be able to capitalize on that. I'd like to pick up some more shares. I just don't know where yet. Haven't found a level I like. I mean, down here would be great at $1.87, but that shot down was just too quick. So I didn't get a chance. NVOS back up, so we hit that PT mark there. We actually hit 0.21, so take profits. So that's not bad. We're hoping for more of a recovery. Since we hit 0.21 here, we're probably going to be looking for at least 0.22 for the next one. Where would I want to enter APGN? I like this area here at $1.87. Anything below that, and I feel like we're probably looking to gap back down. Yeah, I can't really say I want to pick up more shares anywhere above that. It's too high. I mean, at the very highest, maybe $1.99, $1.98, something like that. Um, if you want like a risky entry, that would be yeah, that would be about the furthest I'd be willing to go with this. So I think more than likely, I'm probably not going to get another entry on APGN this morning. Because I think by the time we get back down to $1.86 here, it's just not really going to be something I want to touch anymore. So, I mean, like, we still have a little bit left. Oh, you know what? We just hit it. If you were quick, maybe you jumped in on that. Or maybe you had a limit order there. That would have been fantastic. Look at that. Can you imagine getting $1.87 and then it's all the way back up to 210 just like that? Oh, I should have had a limit order in place. That is a massive, massive bullish candle. What is it looking like on the 5 minute? 5 minutes not really telling us too much here. We've got what? Oh, this one's closing out. I mean, with the wicks down here, it's looking pretty bullish, right? A lot of buying pressure still holding this up. So I mean, if you can get an order in at $1.86 or $1.87, you could even go $1.88 to be safe. You're likely to probably make some profit off this if you keep getting candles like this. NVOS back down, still looking for that bounce here, but you know what? So far, it's not really giving it to us. We got a couple cents, so I can't really complain. I'd like to get a little more out of it. SPRB, yeah, you know what? I still don't really like this stock. I think this was stopping us out on Friday too, wasn't it? One stop. I think we stopped out twice and we made money on it once. 260 to 255, 270 to 285. Yeah. So we stopped out on it twice yesterday and then made some money. I don't know about today. I think we just stopped out on it like 3 times here. Okay, we made money once. Yeah, and then 3 stops after that. Third stop was really, really tight though. 225 entry, 222 stop out. So not the worst, I guess. NVOS still holding on, not looking very bullish on the 1 minute. 5 minutes looking pretty much exactly the same. APGN here still, you know what? It's still holding on. It's consolidating, which is to be expected after having a couple halts up. So it's not looking terrible. It's not like dropping off the face of the earth or anything. So far so good. Yeah, I mean, yeah, 650 or 186 here would be the optimal buy-in point, I would say. Still kind of sitting on my hands on everything else, though. I don't really see much I like. To almost green today. Boomers use it, yeah. Yeah, the fear greed indicator. So when that jumps to green, is that greed, I guess? I don't understand how that works. And how does that relate to the news that came out? I feel like the news wasn't great. Was it because it was already factored in that, you know, stuff is bad, so... One red at $10, one green $13. I mean, you're green. I mean, it might be a win today just to take that. I don't know. Unless you find something that looks like pretty much like a perfect setup, I would say, yeah. Take what you can get. Yeah. There goes APGN again, 215. All the way down to $1.93. I'm getting ready to get in on APGN, I think. I want to try APGN with some more shares. $1.88, you're gonna go for 220 and $1.80 stop. $1.80 stop? Yeah, because that gives me a little bit more room here. $1.80. At the bottom here, $1.91. So it depends where you get in on this, right? You might have to move that stop up a little bit. I think I'm gonna have to move that stop up a little bit. Can't really move it above $1.83 though. So I mean, what did I get at? $1.92. Yeah, I'm stretching that stop a little bit big there, but I think $1.82, $1.83 is going to be the zone you kind of want. We're up to $1.99 here. I'm actually going to take a little bit of profit. Quick profit APGN $1.99. 205, I mean. It's kind of the nice thing. It can be a nice thing, but it can also be a pain having to type out these alerts while you're trading, because sometimes, like in this case, it saved me from taking profits at $1.99. Like, I'm usually lightning fast, but if you have to type it out too, obviously that slows you down by a little bit. Oh my god, what did I just do on this tracker? Did I fix it? I think I just broke something. That's okay. It's not fine. I just did it again. Like fat fingering the keyboard here. Oh man. Oh, what? Oh, on APGN? Yeah, I got in $1.92. So not quite where I want to get in. I was looking at $1.88, thinking it might come down, but then I saw it at $1.91, and I tried to get in. It was $1.92. So, I mean, not the worst. I got that 1 cent spread fill, so it is what it is, but definitely happy with taking some profits there at 206, 207. I got filled at 207. We're at 209 now. Next profit target, probably 220. We'll take some more there. And then, of course, we'll probably take some more at 230. Unless it's just rockets up past 220, we end up getting filled at 230. I'd be okay with that too. SPRB moving up, not going to touch it. 3 stops, that's a hard strike for me. I'm not going to touch that again. Not today anyway. In fact, I might just blacklist this stock. I really just don't like it. Even yesterday, or not yesterday, Friday was a struggle with that one. So I'm not really too keen on, jumping on that. We'll have to see. BBBY is up pretty good here. Nice uptrend. I still just hate the stock. I just hate it. I know that shouldn't really affect me trading it, but I just don't see the reason it's moving. Does it look like it's about to fly? No, it does look like it's about to fly, which would be fantastic, and I would really, really like it to do that, because I don't think we're making a ton of money today. What am I at today? I'm at $124. We're hitting our 2% price target. I actually would like to hit 3% though today, because Friday we only hit 1%, right? So I'm looking for 2% today. So to make up for that, it would be fantastic to hit 3%. APGN might just do it. NVOS might just do it as well. We're almost, we're higher than we were before anyway, so that's good. We're almost 21.5 at the top there. So I'm hoping, like, if we can get NVOS to 23, maybe 24, and then we get APGN to 230, I think that'll push me to 3%, and I'll be happy. Of course, that, purely speculation at this point. I have no idea if that's actually going to happen. Wishful thinking, though. Oh, man. I really want to try a BBBY trade, but it's, I don't know. I'm not really liking that too much. We'll watch it for a bit. We'll see what happens. APGN moving up. We're almost at that 220 mark. You could look at taking, and it's gone. Could look at taking profit around there sooner, but yeah, you'd have to be quicker than I can say it. SPRB heading back down. CNTX not doing a whole lot. Sun, you know what? We could probably start to close some of these down. And it's gone. Yep. Just like that. Although, honestly, with APGN, I kind of expect that. We've seen, like, super lightning quick moves out of this stock, so I wouldn't even be surprised to see it hit all the way up to 230 and then drop back down in, like, 2 seconds. Speaking of which, having limit orders at these levels is probably optimal rather than, just waiting for it to take profits, especially if you're doing what I'm doing, you're trading multiple stocks at the same time. Sometimes it's better to have limit orders in place, because then you don't really have to necessarily watch it too closely. It's always good to watch the charts and take profits accordingly, depending on what the price action is saying and stuff, right? But if you're in a lot of positions, sometimes it's not exactly feasible. What was I looking at that looked half decent? All right, BBBY. Of course, it's this one. Anything else? We've got a couple other things I could look at. We could look at LX. Yeah, you know what? That's still 260 to 303. It's not terrible, but there's just something I don't like about this. It's too smooth. You'd think that's what you'd want to see, but not me. Not UPC, that's for sure. Zers. Yeah, I got a little bit of barcoding happening there. Don't like that either. ARHS. Yeah, not really into that either. I looked at Till earlier this morning. It wasn't looking good and is still not looking good. TSBT. Nope. Fat. Nope. CRVX. CRVX. Don't know. Did I read that? CVRX. CVRX. That's what I meant. Also, nope. Vorb, maybe. I'd be the last one to even be interested looking at. No, well, you know what? The price action's not too bad on that, but everything else looks terrible on it. So I think we're good. We're good with what we got. APGN on the 1 minute looking kind of bearish. 5 minutes looking like it could also be bearish, but it really depends how this candle closes. So we'll have to give this a minute to kind of figure that out. Okay, we're starting to look a little bit more bullish on this. It's got 45 seconds to make up its mind. We're at the bottom of the channel here on BBBY, so if there was ever an opportunity to get in, it would be now. So you'd be looking at $1.73, maybe to $1.80. So the range is too slim on these small scalps for me, and I really don't know where BBBY is going. It might not really come into resistance until $1.81 to maybe $1.83, but at the same time, yeah, I just not a big enough range for me to care. Okay, so APGN, let's take a look. 4 seconds till candle close, and it's gonna close red. All right, so I mean we have our definitive trend there. Then we're looking a little bit bearish. So I mean I wouldn't be holding on to too much past this point, but you never know. This could go through like a VWAP bounce. So you'd be looking at this coming back down to $1.91 before it moves. You could actually probably use that as a level to pick up more shares if you absolutely wanted to. Let's see, what is BBBY doing? It hasn't broken the high yet, so I mean we'd be looking for this to break the high to $1.81, $1.79. It's gonna stop at $1.79, isn't it? Yeah, I mean it would have been like an okay trade to take. Just not really my thing, you know, like $1.73 to $1.79 is going to be like 3%, 3.5%. $1.81 probably would have been slightly more worth it. If you could pull that off, you'd be looking at 4.5%, almost 5%. So that would be great, I guess. NVOS still sitting around doing nothing. This might be something I end up holding for a long time today. APGN did take a drop down to the 20 EMA there. It looks like it had a hasty bounce though, back up to 212. Depending what your average is, 212 isn't like a terrible place to like kind of average up a little bit. We're obviously seeing some resistance at that 212 area. So far, this is a pretty nice looking 5 minute candle, but we're only like halfway through it. So there's $1.80, $1.80. It's funny how sometimes these channels work so well. $1.81 right there. All right, so that would have been a 4.5% trade if we had taken it at $1.73. I just don't like the stock, so I didn't take the trade. If you did, though, congratulations. That's an easy 4% right there. CNTX not doing anything. SPRB, I can actually get rid of this line. APGN still bouncing around. BBBY 182, kind of breaking through that trend a little bit. We've seen that before, so we saw that and then a little bit of a hasty drop, right? So you could probably expect something similar. Hit 183. What was that? That was top band 170 to 174, so 4 cents on the band, so 180 to 184 maybe before a big drop. That'd be my guess anyway. NVOS still not doing anything. Obviously Forbes not. APGN still struggling. Let's see, nothing new, eh? Nope, still stuck with the same old. Well, there's Alvo. Oh god, no, don't like that. The Zers is making its way up a little bit. Still, it's barcoding a little bit, and I don't like that. The spread's a whole cent on this, so that's also kind of another strike against it. What did we hit on BBBY? 183? We'll see. We'll see. Sun's breaking down. NVOS still holding, of course. APGN still kind of holding, too. Still looking pretty bullish on the 5-minute. This one's got another minute till close. Yeah, still just sitting on my hands here. Not seeing much I like. You can probably close down Sun. Yeah, we're basically at the bottom of that range now, so I'm not going to be playing that. CNTX, we also broke down pretty low on CNTX here. Might be a slight opportunity because we did bounce off the 5-minute 200, right? This could be an opportunity at 80 cents. On the 1-minute, this looks like absolute garbage, but on the 5-minute, it shows a little bit of an opportunity there. I'll take a chance on CNTX at 0.80. You know what? I think we could probably go for a whole dollar here. And then a 0.77. So we're only going to give it, you know what? Yeah, you know what? 0.77 does look pretty good for a spot. So I think that's going to be the trade. We will see. Just catching up in the chats here. Yeah, we'll see on that one. APGN still holding, and then NVOS finally moving up a little bit here with 21.5. We do have a little bit of room below that 80-cent area, and that's kind of what I'm worried about, right? So we need to have that stop somewhere below 80 cents. I do think that, see, like we could go down to 79, so that's why 77 looks so good. And 77 still could result in a stop out, but I really can't say I'd like to afford it more room. I think that that's probably the max I'd like to risk on this. So it is what it is. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out. Still waiting on that entry, so we'll see if I even get it. APGN had that 5-minute close. It looks still fairly bullish. This still looks relatively bullish. It looks like a big bull flag forming here. So hopefully that holds true and we start to see this move back up. NVOS here almost at 22 cents. SPRB not really doing anything either. So we're really just looking at APGN, NVOS, and CNTX because there's really nothing else super bullish happening. Well, this one just popped up. We could take a look at this one. What was that? SCLXW. Yeah, there's nothing there. That doesn't look good at all. We could try CVAC again, although I didn't like the range on this one. And I still don't. Like, the pattern's holding, and it's nice, but going from 1040 to 1080 just almost isn't really worth it. Let's check out MYT. We haven't looked at that since open. And for good reason. There is no range happening on that. Okay. Well, it's good to know we didn't miss anything. DCT is the same story. And then, of course, there's BBBY. We could look at Paya again. Okay, what's going on? That's not how things look. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's barcoding at its finest right there. Yeah. Nope, we're good with what we got, I guess. CNTX dipped down to 82 cents there. We've got BBBY bottom band again after hitting 183. So we should see this start to move up from here. It's breaking out of character a little bit. APGN down to $2. NVOS took a little bit of nasty fall back down to 20 cents. I think these are going to be like longer trades today, NVOS and APGN, but I think that both of these have a potential to really go. So hopefully that happens. Actually, APGN looks like it's setting up for it, so maybe we see that relatively soon. 5 minutes looking pretty bullish so far, and it's about to close in a minute here. That would be great. We shall see, though. Okay. Oh man, this is boring. It's painful when things start to move really slow. That's why we take our chances early in the morning. Something like SPRB kind of ruins it for us because it gets stopped out so many times on it and you don't want to touch it anymore. But if you don't take those chances early in the morning, sometimes like once you get to this point, there's like not a lot to trade anymore and you're just looking at longer term setups and it's just, it's super boring. Although I have to say APGN is definitely setting up nicely. I think NVOS is having some issues here, and it should really start to move soon. But I don't know if we'll see that anytime in the next couple minutes. But it's looking okay, I guess. MMV, we could take a look at that, sure. MMV's not looking too bad here. We're going from highs of $14 to lows of $10. So we have a good range here. It looks like it's a little bit gappy though. Yeah, we do. Oh, it's a halt. It was a halt, wasn't it? 1016 to 11. Yeah, that'll be a halt, and then up to 12. It's not looking too bad. It's not really the price range I like playing, but it's not the worst option in the world. We also had GMVD just halt. I should put the halt scanner on the screen for you guys too, but it's kind of hard to fit that in there. $3 all the way up to 412 and halted. That halted at 717. We're at 720. Got 2 minutes left on this halt, unless it's a 10-minute halt, which it could be a 10-minute halt, but I'm not really convinced on that. BBBY is still kind of holding trend. I guess it's just kind of extending down a little bit more. Maybe this is supposed to be where it's at. We'll see. NVOS at the bottom there. APGN nasty. We hit both those PTs. It went all the way up to 240 and then right back down. So I don't know if you ended up getting profit on that or not. If you had those limit orders like we were talking about, then you're good. If you didn't, you may have not seen it. I unfortunately didn't get any fills up at 240, but you know what? That's okay. That's what limit orders are meant to do, right? Fill you at that specific price or near it. Let's see. I've ruined you. Yeah. Exactly, that's exactly what it is, and that's why I play video games when I trade futures, because sometimes it's too slow, and then you start to overthink it, where when stuff is moving fast, it's like, it's all instincts and reflexes, and gets your adrenaline going. I'm not holding on to a lot more APGN here. I did hit my price targets. I guess I should probably say PT's hit on APGN up to, wow, I'm having a hard time typing here, 240. Because we were only really looking for 220, right? But that 230 was just gravy. So I mean, I think if you're holding on to a lot still, you may want to consider maybe cutting it. We're even below VWAP now, which is kind of an issue. But yeah, there it is. There's the stop. So yeah, hopefully you have those limit orders in place. It's kind of funny we were talking about limit orders on this stock. But we knew this kind of stuff happened, right? We said it earlier that, you know, if it does happen to hit these price targets, it'll probably do it and come right back down within a couple seconds. So that's exactly what happened there. NVOS still bouncing around. I expect to see this bounce off that 19.5 cent mark and come back up, and we'll probably make the profit we're looking for off it. Looking at the chart, that should be what happens, but really, who really knows, right? Now, maybe APGN could be something to look into getting back into at this price. If we can break back above VWAP, right? That could be something. We missed the GMVD unhalt, 722. So we've got 4 minutes until the unhalt on this again. And then we have another halt on MMV here heading down. So not going to play MMV. GMVD is like a hard maybe if we could get in on it. BBBY is not going up any higher right now. It looks like we're flat topping. So with that being said, I don't think BBBY would be any sort of good trade right now. SPRB does have potential. It's not looking bad, but I won't be playing that. So, I mean, if you're looking for something to trade, this is coming back up to the 200, so just be aware there could be a rejection there, or 245 before you start seeing that move back up a little more. NVOS kind of took a nasty dip there. That's further down than I expected this to go, so you may be looking to just cut NVOS, but I guess we'll see. APGN still struggling to get back above that VWAP here, but if it does, this could go for another run. That would be interesting to see. Let's see, did we make that 3%? We're at 2.7%, $161 on the day. But you know what? We crossed that $1,000 mark. So, and since the third, we took third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and ninth. So we're 5 trading days in, and we're up $1,000 on the account. Well, $1,100 on the account. So that's not too bad. Kind of was wishing for more, but you know what? The start of this month has not been optimal. You know what? I can't say that. The first 2 days were actually really good. We hit 6 and 7% on the account the first 2 days. So even if we hit only 2.7% today, we've been beating our target almost every other day. So it's not terrible. This is looking pretty bullish too. I like that we're seeing big tails at the bottom here. This is definitely good. So I think I might jump back in for an APGN trade at $1. I kind of want to get in a little bit lower, but I feel like that's getting greedy at $1.86. I'm going to say $1.86-ish because even $1.90 is not bad. We're going to go for at least 220 from that, and then maybe just a 180 stop. 180 doesn't put us below the support area, but you know what? I think that's fine. That's what I'm gonna do. Because we have a little bit of room for error here. APGN. Yeah, we have a little bit of room for error. That's gonna be fine. NVOS almost stopped us out there. We took another nasty drop down to 1825. It is moving back up now. That's pretty bullish that we saw it come back up pretty fast there, but you know what? I'm still not 100% confident on this. We have CNTX here holding that 5 minute down here. So we're just hitting 80 cents now. That was where we were looking to get in on CNTX. I don't even know if you guys remember that. That was quite a while ago, but this is where we were looking to get in. I kind of forgot until now. So we could be looking to get in here. This looks like it should bounce on the 5 minute. When you're looking at it on the 1 minute, probably not a great story. I mean, the volume, oh, I just moved that. The volume's a little low. We're not seeing much in terms of price action. So this all kind of worries me. I'm going to wait it out a little bit longer. I want to see if we see a bounce, even if it results in me getting like 81 cents at an entry or something. That would be fine. I just want to make sure it's actually going to bounce back. Tick dropping back to equilibrium, very strong. We could rotate this. Interesting. Wow, what the hell is going on with this chart? What did you make me look at here? That is just like so all over the place. I don't even know how to read this, to be honest. Looks like a heartbeat monitor or something. Just shows how many stocks are upticking or downticking. Interesting. I see. So what would you call the equilibrium here? Are we talking like dead center here, like 0? That's the equilibrium? We're just slightly bullish for the day at 300. Well, we saw it actually jump up to 1500, almost 1600 in pre-market. Interesting. It's too bad stocks don't move that much. 0 to plus 500, plus minus, yeah. Anything? Oh, got it. Okay, cool. Good to know, good to know. VBBY gave it all back here, back down to that 200. Could be an okay area. APGN saying that $1.84 area, so yeah, gonna go ahead and take that entry. I'm not gonna move the stop down any further because I really don't think I need to. And you know what? I'm still okay with that. NVOS made its move back up. We're actually up quite a bit from that low there, so that's good. We might still hit 22 cents. I think that's going to be a while. CNTX, yeah, still hitting 80 cents and not really doing anything much else, so I'm not really sure if I want to jump in on CNTX here or not. I still think it has a good potential to move back up. This is like really close to the low a day, so that's something to keep in mind. Yeah, I think that's probably the best looking thing right now is APGN, and I can't really even say NVOS here. I just think it's APGN. CNTX isn't really looking fantastic. It's looking okay. I think it's going to move back up. SPRB is also one of those things that could be moving back up, but like I said, we're going to get a rejection off the 200, and we did. It's back down a little bit now. It's whether or not it can hold here and retest, or if it's going to just break down, right? BBBY, it could be a chance to get in off the 200 here, $1.66. It's a little gone now, but you know what? If you see this break above the VWAP here and hold, that could be something to try and take advantage of. So maybe $1.71 to, $1.83 or something. Get your 4 or 5% out and then take your money and run kind of thing. Besides that, there's really not a whole lot else going on. Yeah. APGN hit 92, 93 cents. Somewhere around there, you could take your first PT. Taking profits, APGN, $1.92-ish. And with that being said, I think after that, you're probably going to want to be taking maybe some more around 202. And then maybe after that, you could leave it for 220 and then maybe have a 230 again, or maybe even 240, because we know we hit 240 on that last spike, and we almost hit 240 on the previous one. So it could even go higher this time. So that's what I'd be looking to do with this. But besides that, I think we're just going to go over the tracker really quickly, and then I'll let you guys go for the day. Oh, I messed something up good. What did I mess up? Okay, I fixed it. I don't know what I did, but it's good now. So 8 wins, 4 losses. Not our best day, but not our worst. We made $200 in P&L, but only 173 after fees. That's 2.9%. So we're so close to that 3%. We just need APGN to work out a little bit more, or NVOS, and potentially CNTX. All those things combined, any of those would be great. 66% on the day, so definitely better than Friday at 24%, but we did take more losses today as well. We took a 3.6, a 3.2, a 2.5, and a 1.3. So, I mean, all in all, our winners ended up racking up some money at least, but I hate having losers. I just don't like it at all. That probably brought our win rate down a little bit. We're down to 76% win rate, which, I mean, is not terrible. If it was anybody else, I'd say it's pretty good, but I have pretty high standards for myself, so I don't really like to see that. I'd like to see it above 80% at least, but it is what it is. 66% on the day. I do think that might change a little bit. It'll probably go up a little bit more with the things that we have here, CNTX, NVOS, and APGN, but yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm going to let you guys go. Have a great rest of your trading day, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. Take care, guys.